Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Pacific, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. Straight ahead on your Pacific Mini Games News Report. NMI Baseball squares off against the Republic of Palau in baseball action that left a lot of local fans wishing for a different result. Also tonight, golf starts this week at Coral Ocean Golf Resort. We'll get you into the swing of things. And para-athletes have made the long trek to the NMI for a series of competitions. It's a special weekend edition of the Channel 2 News, the NMI's minigame news leader, and it's next. NMI versus Palau. A lot of history between these two baseball heavyweights. NMI coming into the game with a record of 1 win and no losses. Palau the same. Palau winning in big fashion on Friday. NMI took their home opener against Guam. It was a Saturday night special in front of a big crowd at Tonko Field. Lorenzo on the mound for the NMI. He's battled some arm issues this year and is trying to get healthy for the tournament. Leadoff hitter for Palau is going to start things off with a walk on a full count. And Palau likes to run, trying to hold him close, but he's going to advance to second on a wild pitch, runner in scoring position, and nobody out.
It's a wild pitch.
Next batter's going to bloop one into left field, and runner from second is going to score.
And a shot to left. It's an RBI single.
But does he? Take a look here. It looks as if the base runner just misses, touching third base. NMI is going to make the appeal with a throw over to third base. But the field umpire wasn't watching the bag. His attention's in left field, and NMI doesn't get the call. Next hitter's going to walk.
And he loses in, base on ball.
And followed by another walk as Lorenzo struggling a bit with control. Still in the first.
And he loses in, base on ball.
Lorenzo looking for an out. He gets a ground ball. It's just out of reach. Shortstop A.J. Lozama, and that's going to bring in a run. Another RBI single here over the shortstop's head into left. And then an opposite field shot. That's going to bring in 2 runs.
Another base hit. A 2-run single.
And that's going to bring in a new pitcher, Jacob Babauta. Still nobody out. Runners on first and third. Wild pitch here. He's going to move the runners up. Good defense here. Ground ball to third base. Runner goes. He's going to be cut down at the plate for the first out of the inning.
And out at home. For the first out.
And then Babauta going to throw a good pitch here. Coaxes the ground ball to Lozama. And the NMI is going to get a pair to get out of the inning. Palau 5, NMI 0.
And a double play for out number 3. But not after Team Palau came up with 5 runs in the top half of the first inning and do up Team NMI.
Bottom half of the inning. Pop up to infield starts things off for the NMI. Tony Tenorio is going to draw a walk.
And he loses him on a base of ball.
But Lozama will pop up into foul territory.
And a shot over the right. For out number 2.
Tenorio is going to try and steal with 2 outs. But Palau pitches out, and Tenorio is going to be out at second base, inning over.
And Carving stealing for out number 3.
Second inning, runner on first. Base hit up the middle. Palau threatening again.
And the liner up the middle.
Babauta throws the off-speed delivery. Ball's going to be hit to right field. Ben Jones is going to leave his feet here, make a diving stab at it. Hard to see the ball here, but the first base umpire calls it a catch. And Jones hustles to his feet and throws it into the infield. There's some confusion. Runner from first is tagged out. Could be an inning-ending double play, but the umpires want to talk about it. And then the signal, a catch and a tag. NMI goes in to hit. Palau, runner on second. Comebacker to Babauta. He's going to catch the runner at second in no man's land. Now it appears the runner gets back in safely to second just under the tag, but he's going to be called out. Rough night for the umpires in this game.
Oh, the second. Save at first.
Runner on first. Wild pitch is going to send him to third. Walk then puts runners on first and third.
Up high, base on ball.
Babauta comes set.
And a shot to left.
That ball's off the fence and is going to bring in 2 runs for Palau. Runner on second. Babauta delivers the pitch. That ball goes off his throwing hand. Lizama tries to get the out at first, but a run is going to score on the overthrow. And Babauta is injured on the play. He would call it a night. J.P. Sablon is going to come into the game. Palau not done.
And a base hit.
Shot to the right is going to bring another run home for Palau. Then a ground ball to the right side. Runners on the corners.
And a base hit.
Another run scores on the double to left.
So stand up double.
Runners on second and third.
Got him looking for out number 3, but not after. Team Palau came up with 5 more runs, making the score now 10-0. Team Palau.
10 runs on 13 hits through 4 innings for Palau. NMI, AJ Lizama, nobody on.
And a shot over the right center. Going for 2. Going for 3. That's a stand-up triple for AJ Lizama.
But a grounder to shortstop and a pop-up to the infield. NMI still down by 10.
And a pop-up. Caught by the second baseman for out number 3. So after 4 complete, our score remains 10-0, Team Palau.
Bottom half of the frame, and the NMI is going to get on the scoreboard with a sacrifice fly to left field. And then a bad throw by the third baseman here leads to another run for the NMI. Second baseman going to make a nice play here to end the inning. Palau would then score 2 more. Base hit to left here.
And a base hit. One run coming, RBI single.
And then a sac fly. 13 runs on 17 hits for Palau. NMI scratches out 2 runs on just 3 hits. Palau goes to 2-0. NMI is going to play next on Monday. Sally Lemus with reaction from the fans and the field.
What do you thought? What did you think of tonight's game?
Today's game was very good.
Get ready. Thank you.
But I wish the player that was for CNMI, the USA player who trained in US, was actually a pitcher. That would actually make it a bit better.
So you wanted Josh Jones to be on the mound tonight?
Yes.
All right. And what did you think of the win for Palau?
It was very fun.
Which team are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Palau.
Okay, so tell me, what did you think of tonight's game?
I think the CNMI could have done way better, but I'm looking forward to watching the next game because after a lose, you gotta come back.
My name is Ray Rumong. I'm from Palau. I'm 27 years old and I play pitcher, first base, outfield, and field.
All right, so what did you think of tonight's game? You guys won.
Everybody was focused. Even though we were winning by a lot, but we kept our focus until the end of the game.
All right, and what are some of the preparations that you've been doing, to pitch for this game?
We've done a lot of preparations, a lot of running, hard work. Like when the sun's up, we're running, and now it's kind of like, I want to say it's easy, but we're working hard.
My name is Yosit Modrang. I'm assistant coach.
Okay, awesome. So what did you think of Team NMI tonight?
They played good. But good defense leads to good offense, and I think that's what my team brought. But I'm not putting them down. They just did well, but we did our best too.
And what do you think of tonight's win?
It was great. I know my team did all out, and then they put all their best effort.
All right. And can we expect more wins from you?
Yeah, of course. Maybe even the gold medal.
My name is Burton Lo, and I'm the coach.
All right. So tell me, what were your strategies tonight for the offense and defense team?
It's all about the practice, the hard work that we did back home, and I give it to the boys. They did their best, and I'm so proud of them. And they're our brothers. NMI are brothers, and we had a great time, and we had fun with them. All right. Thank you.
And are you guys shooting to get the gold medal this year?
Hopefully. All right.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Be sure to stay with KSPN as we bring you special coverages of the Pacific Mini Games 2022. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Okay, so Bobby, tell us first of all, how did it feel that win yesterday?
Well, it was a really exciting win. It was a very strategic match that we had to play, and the team was just outstanding. And so, Robbie fought really hard, but it was a very tough loss. And so it was 1 to them. And then Colin Sinclair got on court. He did his thing. And so it came down to the doubles match, which was really hard fought. And we're just really grateful to have gone through that. A lot of things happened off the court, to get these, you just make sure that your body was ready and prepped. And so we're just happy that the team made it through. So when they won match point, we all just celebrated. So yeah.
So it was Colin and Robbie that were out there, but do you feel like it was really a team effort and you celebrated as a team?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Like there's so much there's so many things that happen off the court before the matches that get you in the right mindset just to be able to get out there and compete. And so it's such a strong team. We all love each other very much, and Coach Jeff is such a great leader. And so we dedicate this victory to him and also to the people of the CNMI. So very, very happy. Yeah.
And so tell us what went down with women's tennis. They were in contention for the bronze, is that correct?
Yeah, they fought really hard, and as the assistant coach, that was a tough one to lose. I was on court with the ladies. We had Asia, who fought really hard, but she didn't get, she just didn't pull off the victory. Isabel Harris was injured, but she got out there. She was in pain. She was all taped up, but she managed to fight through and win her match. And so it went into again a doubles decider. I believe it ended in a tie break, something like 9-7. And so we saved a couple match points, and it just was really intense. The crowd was wild, and a really hard fought loss. It's hard to take any losses, but I'm really, really proud of the women. And I think that, those types, while we didn't get the medal, we definitely learned a thing or two about heart and character, and I think that's going to strengthen the team as we move forward.
Absolutely. And so now some of the team is playing today. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so now we transition into the singles events, and we're still very much a team. We support one another. We come, we cheer for one another. We help. We just give some coaching advice on the side, and so now everyone is now into the first round, and we're battling through. So Colin Ramsey and I didn't. We lost in the first round today, which was tough. They were both three-set battles, and so a little bit disappointed about that. But we also still have opportunities in the doubles and mixed doubles events.
Inclusivity is an important part of sports, not just here in the CNMI during the Pacific Mini Games, but all the time in all sports everywhere in the world. Para-athletes from Fiji got in some last-minute training at the newly resurfaced Ada track.
About 15 para-athletes will compete in this year's Pacific Mini Games.
The Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, and New Caledonia will also send para-athletes to compete in the games. Tom O'Shaughnessy, the competitions manager of Oceania Athletics, says para-athletes will compete in 5 sports.
The 100 metres for ambulant competitors, men and women, 400 metres for wheelchair athletes, so men and women, a secured shot put for men and women, and ambulant javelin and an ambulant shot put for men and women. So it's a big program.
This year will feature a new addition to the program, he says.
So first time we've had wheelchair racing here, so there's been a secured, like a seated throw in the last few editions, but the first time we'll ever have wheelchair racing at the Pacific Games. So just trying to expand the para program. There's a lot of para athletes across the Pacific that are looking for competition. Some will be heading to the Commonwealth Games, but the Pacific Mini Games and the Pacific Games are realistically the biggest thing for them. So yeah, just adding to the program.
Tom, why do you think it's important to have para-athletes included in these games?
I just think it's a way of life. It shows that young kids with a disability can come out and do something. It's so nice to be able to see those athletes, whether it's NMI or people watching from back home, that they can aspire to be something. And that's one thing great about the Pacific Games is get to take it all around the Pacific, and athletes, young up-and-coming athletes, can see the top of their game in the sport and aspire to be something. And that's what we want to do with the para-athletics here.
Ronak Lal manages the para-athletics team from Fiji and talks about what it has taken to get to the games.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of tiptoeing around COVID restrictions, requirements, if you want to put it that way.
How many athletes do you have coming from Fiji for the para-athletes?
For para games, we've got 3 athletes. We've got Naindili Watanisolo, who's our shot putter, female shot putter. And she's also the flag bearer for Team Fiji for the opening ceremony. We've got Jimmy Onitoro, he's a men's ambulant 100-meter sprinter, and we've got Yusuf Rakesa, who is a javelin thrower.
My name is Naindili Watanisolo. I'm proud to be representing my country.
And tell me about what you've been doing today.
I've been practicing my throws today, techniques, and how to stand.
Okay, and what do you think of the competition?
Just looking forward, and hopefully I will try and do my best.
And how do you feel to be here representing Fiji?
Oh, it's a big honor. It's a big honor. We're at the back of we're behind the athletes, so it's a bigger honor for them. But we're just grateful to be here, to be part of Team Fiji and representing our countrymen and our country in a competition which is far away from home, but it feels like home because the weather is really nice.
Before the games get into full swing, KSPN goes for a ride along the golf competition's course. Follow us. The tournament will be held at Coral Ocean Resort Golf Course located in the southern village of Coblerville. 11 participating countries from all over the Pacific will tee off from the first hole on June 21st at 7 a.m.
Well, the course is actually in very good shape. We've partnered up with Coral Ocean Resort, and they've tried their very best, given the conditions that we have, to make the course, in the best condition they can for this level of play.
It was just 3.5 years ago when Super Typhoon U2 struck the Marianas, and it was the south side of the island that experienced extreme devastation. The resort and course was completely wrecked, but that's not how it looks today, as this is also the golf athletes' village.
They're staying at the venue of their facility, and I think it works out, and it's a beautiful place, and I think they're enjoying it.
The 57 athletes will play all 4 days of the Pacific Mini Games tournament, explains golf competition manager Jerry Dela Cruz.
And there's 2 formats for golf. There's the individual medal play, where each individual competes for the medal, and there's a team medal format as well. So the way that the format has been approved is day 1 and 2 would be each country has their own tee times, and day 3 they go out based on their ranking, and day 4 as well. So on day 4, the top 2 or top 3 competitors will be the last to tee off, and so that's how we're going to have our final putt on the last day.
And on the last day at the final putt, victory will be declared.
We'll have gold, silver, and bronze for the men's, for the women's, as well as team for men's and team for women's.
So the final score is based on the athletes' cumulative scores from the 4 days. If you plan to follow the golf competition, you should know public access will be limited to certain featured holes.
So the holes would be hole number 1, teeing off in hole number 1, teeing off in hole number 3, and putting in 3. They can also see putting in number 9. They can see tee off on number 10 and putting in number 18. Unfortunately, because golf is a very technical sport, we want to eliminate any disruption, especially if we have volunteers that are not familiar with the game, to eliminate any technical issues. We wanted to limit the gallery to certain areas where they can still catch a glimpse of their country playing, but not interfere with the competition of play.
It's an exciting time for the CNMI, as the Marianas are hosting the Pacific Mini Games Golf Competition. That's also a World Amateur Golf Ranking event, explains Dela Cruz.
With this competition, we were able to get this competition to be a World Amateur Golf Ranking competition.
Rain or shine, the dedicated golfers will be out on the links going for the gold. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm Adriana Cotero.
It's called Project Lifang, an open market for local artists of the CNMI to showcase their crafts, sell food, and entertain the public.
And so we're bringing together a coalition of organizers to present, most importantly, for the Pacific Mini Games that we are hosting right here on our island, for our athletes to have a go-to, to have some sort of like sights and sounds of our culture, our arts and our craft, and a taste of our food. We hope that this event will draw not just our athletes, but also our community members to come and support our local entrepreneurs and local businesses, most especially vendors that will be joining us.
Lifang is derived from the Carolinian term meaning to gift, and visitors can bring back a piece of the Marianas back home.
We have an array of artists that are participating, representing Samoa and also representing our Chamorro and Falawash culture. We have the Marshall Islands too. So, it's still open. We don't have a cap on, we don't have an ending list to that, but we focus on moire weavers, bead makers, local companies, that are born out of homes that make shirts, like Whips is one of them.
This project was designed as a stepping stone for aspiring entrepreneurs to build up their pursuit. All interested vendors are encouraged to take part of this event,
so that we can help our local vendors in these times of challenges, with a market and a venue, to make a little, at the same time capitalize by being exposed to our visiting athletes and, of course, our community.
Project Lifang will be held over at the Carolinian Ut grounds in Garapan from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Entrance is free of charge, and the public is invited for this special arts and music at the park.